The nonprofit programs at the center of the FBI's basketball probe. Orlando, the easiest, cleanest way to get the money from Adidas to the high school recruit and his family, the men agreed, according to a federal complaint, was to launder it through the nonprofit headquartered here, in a 5-bedroom home with blue siding, a brick walkway and a well-manicured lawn in the middle of a nondescript suburban neighborhood about 30 miles away from Disney World. The nonprofit was controlled by Brad Augustine, director of an Adidas-sponsored Orlando area club basketball program who, on the night of July 27, according to the FBI, met with several other men in a Las Vegas hotel room. The purpose of the meeting, a complaint later stated, was to arrange payments from Adidas to an unnamed high school basketball player and his family to ensure the player eventually attended Louisville, whose basketball team is sponsored by the shoe company. "All my kids will be," Company 1, later identified as Adidas, kids, Augustine promised the men, who included a Louisville assistant coach, a sports agent, and an undercover FBI agent recording the conversation, a complaint later stated. The FBI also had hidden video cameras in the room. Before he left, Augustine grabbed an envelope from the FBI agent, according to the complaint, containing $12,700 cash, the first of what would be a series of payments intended to land Rick Pitino's Cardinals another top recruit in 2019. How college hoops corruption became a federal investigation, and why it might get bigger. In late September, Augustine was arrested along with 9 other men as part of a wide-ranging, ongoing FBI investigation of corruption in college basketball. The most immediate ramifications of the arrests, and the allegations outlined in federal complaints, have been felt in Louisville, where Pitino and athletic director Tom Jurek quickly lost their jobs. Both men have denied knowledge of any bribes paid to land recruits. In Florida, the federal investigation has triggered a round of fierce denials from officials at Miami University and the Adidas-sponsored club Team One family, and silence from a coach with Tampa area ties who worked at Louisville until last week. Augustine, who faces charges including wire fraud conspiracy and money laundering conspiracy, did not return messages, and his attorney declined to comment. An Orlando native, Augustine played college basketball at Division II Southeastern University in Lakeland. In 2011, according to his LinkedIn page, Augustine started serving as president of the League Initiative, the nonprofit that federal prosecutors allege he and others planned to use to funnel money from Adidas to recruits. The League Initiative was headquartered in the Orlando home of Chris Singleton, a former Florida State basketball player and 2011 Wizards draft pick who, after leaving the NBA in 2014, has played overseas in Japan and Greece. Singleton did not return messages seeking comment. The nonprofit's mission, according to documents filed with the state, is to enhance the lives of youth by exposing them to opportunities that will realize their potential, including support for education, mentorship, and fitness. The League Initiative was in some way connected to the Adidas-sponsored travel Team One family, according to the FBI, and Augustine was director of programs for the team. Days after Augustine's arrest, One family released a statement that said Augustine had stepped down. 2 One family players were referenced in the complaints, player 11, whom the men met in Las Vegas to discuss steering to Louisville, and player 12, whom, according to the complaint, Adidas executive Jim Gatto and an Adidas contractor discussed on a wiretapped call paying to attend a university later identified as Miami. One family has disputed allegations any of its players or their families were involved in taking bribes. There is not one single player in our program, nor family member of any player, that had any knowledge or discussion about payments being made in regards to making a college decision, the team's statement read. The Adidas executive Gatto and the contractor were considering paying player 12 and his family $150,000 to attend Miami, the complaint alleged, only because Coach 3 at the school has requested the bribe. A rival school, sponsored by a rival athletic apparel company, was offering a substantial sum of money, according to the FBI. Last week, Miami coach Jim Larrañaga told reporters he and his legal team concluded that he was Coach 3, and denied knowledge of any bribes paid to his team's recruits. "I cannot state more emphatically that I absolutely have no knowledge of any wrongdoing by any member of our staff, and I certainly have never engaged in the conduct that some have speculated about," Larrañaga said. "I have tried to live every single one of my 68 years on this earth with integrity, character,